I'm going to take 2 seconds and ask you to please check out one of the music videos that I have, or I've got links down below to the album on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, whichever streaming station you use, it is there. If you already have a subscription, just take 2 seconds and go listen to it. Music was always my #1 passion. I still enjoy music, I enjoy the creation of it, but then it transferred to cameras when it's just another way of creating. So this is my passion that I pursue relentlessly as a passion, not as a job. I don't want to do it for a job. Then it becomes work. I was talking to my neighbor yesterday about that because his son is a professional photographer, but he has the passion for it and he likes that. So anyway, please take 2 seconds, go check some of these videos out over here. They're linked at the end as well, and there's links down below to all the streaming stuff. Go check it out. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Man, you know, with the ponytail, I really do need to buy a hat that has a butthole so that I can stick my ponytail through it. That's my next thing I'm looking for. Is it tracking my face? It is. Look at that. It's December 3rd, I think it is, and it's freezing out here. It's probably all of like 52 degrees. It is freezing. I'm surprised there's not icicles hanging off of my nose. For the last couple of days, I have been shooting again my Canon. This is their RF 800 f11 lens. Now the old school says, oh, f11, that's got to be garbage, and I have to admit that the old school in me was saying the exact same thing. Oh God, that's going to be terrible. The truth is, that's an old way of thinking. So I've said that in several of my videos. Our old way of thinking about cameras and what worked with the old technology, a lot of that you can throw out the window because we have all this amazing processing at our fingertips. These camera bodies are fantastic even at much higher ISOs. I know if I'm shooting an old DSLR, it's going to be 400 ISO max, and the rest after that is just unusable. The newer technology does allow me to go higher and clean it up very, very nicely. So there's that trade-off, right? But one thing I don't like about this, the limitation, again, as I've said in other videos, there's limitations on every single piece of gear, whether it's new or old. The newer ones have different limitations, fewer limitations. This one, like everybody, you talk to someone about F11, oh God, no, God, F11, how can you shoot that? Let me show you a couple of photos right here. You tell me how much bokeh I've got behind it. me, when I look at it, I think, man, I've got tons of detail. That's what I want. I have the beautiful, deep, rich color that Canon offers. I have beautiful bokeh behind it. So a lot of these photos I was going to put into another video, but I figured, you know what, I've got so many when I started processing them, and I'm really excited about it. Every time I use this, I'm more and more excited about it. It's an awesome lens. Its biggest drawback is that minimum focus distance is so far away. So to compensate for that, I have been using these, I think it's MEIKE, these particular extension tubes. They work fantastic. The connection's great. The problem is the housing is loose, so your lens is constantly flopping around, and over time it's going to make it worse and worse and worse. That scares me. I keep everything double clipped because I have had it come apart on me, but because I was double clipped, both one on my lens and one on the camera body, I didn't lose anything. Fantastic. That's all I can ask for. The connection's great. They work. I just wish that they were really rock solid like native Canon ones are, but Canon only makes EF ones. I would not trust a lens that I've spent a lot of money on without having anything double clicked. I just wouldn't. From experience, if you've had something hit the ground, it is heart-wrenching. Anyway, let me show you a couple of photos with this. Please, you got to rethink some of your old ways of thinking. Life changes, technology changes, and you, as the creator, can embrace these changes or remain in the past. It is really up to you. But I'm going to get down low here for some low perspective. The problem is I can still get down low, but once I'm done, it's thinking, man, this is going to hurt to stand up. That's the hard part. So I'm going to go over here and get some photos. Let me show you a couple. The disadvantage, I will tell you, to using extension tubes to shorten that minimum focus distance is that you do lose infinity focus. So when something is just a little bit too far away now, you can no longer capture it. That's okay too, because if something is really that far away, the atmospheric disturbance kind of makes it not worth using anyway. It's all a trade-off. One trade-off for another trade-off. For me, my favorite, here's some things I look for in a lens. I love 800 millimeters. I think that is almost the perfect wildlife setup. 700 works too. 600 is good. I wouldn't go anything under 600 most of the time. On a crop sensor body, it's a little bit different, but right now I'm using the R5. Oh, little itty bitty one. Oh, went into the bushes. I don't know what it was. If I can get it, I will. It was little. I'm going to walk around that way in a minute and go see if I can find it. I completely lost my train of thought. Oh man, that's funny. I'm gonna leave this rolling while I figure it out. Oh, so okay, so what I was talking about was the things I look for, what works for me. Minimum focus distance. That's why I love Canon's 100 to 500. That minimum focus distance is so short. I don't need extension tubes on that. I can use them and then fill my frame with the bugs that I like to shoot, but it's wintertime now and it's getting cold in the mornings. Come out later in the afternoon and you start to see the activity happening. That's one thing I look for, the clarity of a lens and the reach. I want reach for what I do unless it's macro. But that, anyway. Thank you for letting me share with you guys. I really do appreciate it. Please go check out some of the music. Even if you just click on it, it shows as a view, and heck man, I'm trying to get those views up to at least 300. Why not? JonnyPink, again, thank you. Give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody, subscribe if you haven't. It doesn't cost you a thing, and I truly thank you guys for letting me share with you. I just enjoy coming out, and I dump hundreds of photos. Sometimes I just come out, walk around with the camera, shoot some photos, maybe process one or two. I do that all the time. I put stuff on Instagram. So if you've stuck it out with me through this entire video, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. I truly appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic day out there, whatever it is you're gonna do. And if you see me out here talking to a camera, just come up and say hello, interrupt me right in the middle of it. That's absolutely fine. It will be in the video, I promise. JonnyPink. We'll see you guys. We're having cold, freezing Arctic winter temperatures of the low 50s. The pelicans are back. Hopefully they'll be back at Malibu Lagoon and that'll be kind of healed a little bit too. So I'll be heading out there sometime soon with a long lens, 840 millimeters of course at f5.6. You can't go wrong with that. It's just absolutely amazing.